none of the states have a system to where they pay people, like independent contractors or self-employed and stuff. Yeah, and they said it would take at least 3 weeks. So they gotta find somebody to do it.
Oh, look at that. We're live.
Oh, are we live now? Oh, my bad. Just walk back in here. We're, well, where the fuck is that from?
No.
Well,
I don't know. He thinks we can do the show ourselves. So.
well, welcome to Stasis Lock episode.
Actually,
I don't really fucking know. Oh,
my mic was muted. I was talking. I was like, yeah, 6 o'clock. We always go live. That's just, that's how we do it. Welcome to Stasis Lock episode 179. Back to business. We are no longer the number one G1 podcast. So,
were we ever?
That was all well and good. But yeah, so we're down a few, but we gained a few. And I'm your host, Primal Sabbath. Peter, where can people find you?
Can't find me currently. I'm out of work.
Oh, man, I feel that. Mike, where can people find you?
Unemployment line.
Also out of work. All right. Beginning to see who all's non-essential here. So for our essential members,
time, but not no more.
Brett, where can people find you? Essentially, Megamus and Megatoy. All right, that was dark. That was dark. That was dog bark for Megamus and Megatoy fan. Dalton, where can people find you? Essentially,
you can find me everywhere Dalton needs TS, or still working at a convenience store because apparently those are still essential. But
yeah, man, someone's got to get loaves and jugs out there to the people, out there to the masses.
Someone's got to sell cigarettes. So.
We have Tyler. Tyler sitting in the drive-thru on his anniversary. Oh, did you take her to the Burger King?
Oh, no, we went to a place called Pete's Big Bite, and I got myself a real Philly cheesesteak. Fuck Philly, fuck the Birds.
Go Birds. So how's it a real Philly cheesesteak then?
Yeah, really.
Canadian cheesesteak.
There you go.
Oh, okay. The there's a Philly up in Canada.
Made with 150% more better.
Yeah, because they replaced the cheese whiz with maple syrup.
I feel like Mike, Jed, Chris, Candace, literally everyone else that we know that's there's a lot of people we know in Pennsylvania would all disagree.
Well, Jed doesn't even like Philly. He's a Rangers fan. Or not a Rangers, a Raiders fan. So he'll be on my side.
They're going to come to Philadelphia soon.
But Mike and brother Kyle, for sure, are going to try and tickle my anus with a Barrett 50 cal.
Yeah, brother Kyle going to get on that ass. As he should. Dalton, or actually Peter, did you get anything this week?
Nope, I chickened out.
Chickened out.
No. Fair. Mike, what about you, man?
I actually got in a few things. One thing I forgot last week was I got that Takara Leah Convoy in, the Titan's Return version.
Leah Convoy? What's she look like?
What'd I say? Leah?
Yeah, you said Leah.
You said Leah.
Oh, no, Leo. That's what I got. And then I also got in from Hasbro Pulse Gulf and Turtler in. And I'm really
I heard you were getting nervous about that shipment. Like, you kept asking Dalton, like, yo, did they ship yet? Yo, did you get yours yet? I don't know if I'm going to get mine.
Oh, well, yeah, I think you never know if they're going to come back and cancel your shit. That's why
they have never come back and canceled anything, though.
Yeah, but you've never gone on the message boards and openly talked shit about them.
Oh, that's true.
That's true too. But no, those two were. I got those two in, and then of course yesterday I ordered the other two, and I was watching that like a hawk. See when they go live.
Like a cock.
Like a whole cock.
Whole cock. But that's what I got.
Okay, Tyler, did you get anything this week other than an anniversary?
No, man. I got these fries with gravy.
No, he might get another.
And don't let Chris know.
Oh, actually,
Man,
I 100% of Doom Eternal. I got the platinum trophy, as it were. the equivalent for Xbox. I beat that shit.
Oh, okay. So
That's awesome, man.
quarantine's been very nice to you, I see.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Just making moves, becoming important. Brett, did you get anything this week?
Nope.
You just had some snackums from Dairy Queen.
I did. Chicken basket. Yeah, with gravy.
Y'all was talking about their gravy game and them curds.
Well, I never tried it with the curds, like I said, because I don't like fries. But I guess you could put that on anything, couldn't you?
Yeah, I guess so. Gravy's gravy, So, Dalton, did you get anything this week?
I did. I got the 2 C-Cons, being Snaptrap and Scalor, and I also got Studio Series Roadbuster. What about you? Did you get anything this week?
What?
Thank you for asking.
Did it so fast. He must be the first one to say.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure. He wanted to put all y'all on check.
What?
Put every last one of y'all on notice.
Little brown nose in there.
I'll remember that, Mike.
Well,
Next time
check
you
in
don't
real
ask
quick.
me what I got.
I'm going back to my anniversary. We're heading over to DQ to get some blizzards. We're doing the COVID-19 World Tour, so we will check you guys next week. Hey, bye.
Later.
Later, Tyler. Bye, Becca.
He has her in the back seat.
Yeah, why is she in the back seat?
Oh,
okay. He's not gonna even
Probably be
acknowledge
in the
that.
cart. Probably be with the baby.
It's the car seat, people. Come on now. Jeez.
I mean, you just let the little one crawl around on the floorboards, and he'll be all right.
You all non-dads, don't
Well,
care.
that explains a lot, Dakota.
Yeah,
Right?
it
A
does.
couple slams on the brakes and hitting the back seat. Yeah, we know what happened to you.
Look, concussions add character. That's
right.
Is that your excuse?
Take advantage of that soft spot while it's still there. What, Dalton?
I was going to say they don't affect me.
Oh, they don't.
No.
I get it now. I got it.
Jeez. Brett's just as old as ever. I got Studio Series Roadbuster in. I painted up Brett's Scorponok some more. I think all I have left to do are the red paint apps. So, you'll get that soonish. I still got to put Brian's together. I got some tracking numbers that hopefully will provide fruit for me tomorrow. And it's been a pretty slow week here in Louisiana.
So
Louisiana.
You count tracking.
Oh God!
You count tracking numbers as what you got in today?
No. I just kind of like just something to be hopeful to look forward to next week.
Because I have a tracking number.
Oh, really? What you got on? You know what? What you got on the way, just in case?
Nope. It probably won't be here until next week. So.
Wait, do video games count?
Sure.
I mean, anything that you got this week, it's a haul. What'd you get?
Unless it's chlamydia, we don't want to know about
I might want to know about it.
It's a great story.
That's because that was your topic last week. I mean,
I got video games.
What'd you get?
Yeah, what'd you get?
Pokemon and Paladins.
I don't know what that is. I know what Pokemon is. Is Paladins is that like gold, blue, silver, crystal? Is that kind of like the subtitle for it?
Oh no, Paladins is a shooter game, a team shooter.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to explain.
So, Pokemon Duck Hunting Quest. Yeah.
Yes.
I
also got food.
You got what?
I got food delivered to my house at last, but they couldn't do toilet paper.
Damn.
But no toilet
High
paper.
roller.
No toilet paper. There's no toilet paper in my area. I don't
There's
know if you guys
actually. What's really funny? My wife sent me a link on Amazon. There's an 80-box roll for $239.
Oh,
Go on and get your ass happy.
80 rolls?
80 rolls for $239. Get your ass happy.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna make my wallet happy.
I actually
there's no like you would be against using wax paper.
Yeah, because it would just smear on my ass, and it wouldn't.
Ew.
Well, I mean, if you get the big clunks out. That way,
I thought
you can just go wash.
I
You
thought
wash
people were
the
using
smears off in the shower.
just the garden hose. I thought that I saw that people were just doing that,
That's
right?
what
Why don't you
bidet
just do
is.
that?
Just
That's some of us uncouth Southern boys using that there garden hose now, Brett.
I figured you all would be doing that.
what
I
you need to
would.
do is go pinch it off before you get a shower. Get you a wash rag and clean your ass. out when you're done.
Waffle.
Eat something that like will come out solid.
No
Nothing
corn.
that'll come out watery.
Yeah, you don't
No,
want
no,
Just
no
corn.
No
No
corn.
Corn will come out. Corn will come out pretty solid.
Yeah,
Well,
no
That'll
Hey, yeah,
I don't
corn
know
go in,
how-
corn come out.
you
I
gotta
don't
pick.
know how-
You gotta pick some of it out, but you know.
So you got Mike going to the shower and waffling it down with his 8 toes. I get it.
Hey, so we have Leonardo and Kabar in the chat. Kabar wants to know. Well, Kabar said he got Cyberverse Hammer Strike, but he also wants to know how are the Seacons for those of you who have them. I think it's just Mike and Dalton.
Yeah.
I'm happy with them. I have no issue except for Gulf's beast mode leg is like, I don't know if Dalton's does this too, but I've heard a few people it is where one leg will not hold the weight of the whole figure up. Some people have had to put some fingernail polish on it in order to get it to stay up. But besides that, I have no other issues with mine at all. I mean,
So an easy
Right.
fix, like if they do
That's-
run into that sort of thing.
That's
then.
typical, some of the required stuff, right? That's
right. There's that one issue. The other issue I've heard was one guy opened his up and he was missing one of the guns, and Dalton had an issue on some of his painting.
Yeah, one of the eyes on Scalor's fish mode is missing. I mean, I could just leave it because he's going to be the right leg in combined mode anyways. No one's really going to see it. So
you
No,
know,
man. That's
you want to
unacceptable.
return it.
well,
Yeah,
you
send that
know
shit
it.
back.
Hasbro's not going to let it happen. So there's basically no inventory left in their warehouse.
Didn't they say? I thought you said
return
they
it.
said that they were going to like contact
Yeah, they
the
did.
overseas.
They did contact, and since it comes directly from Karatomi, there's not really anything they can do other than something of equal value or just a full refund.
Well, that means you'll get a refund and get to keep it.
No, return
Oh.
and refund.
Dude, I would send back some bullshit that you just don't want anymore.
Who
Like,
wouldn't know the difference? And that's
I know,
why you're
yeah.
right, Dalton.
yeah, I know. Like I know you got like a Bayverse Bumblebee you just don't want anymore. I would
I don't
send
have
that
a
back.
Bangor Bumblebee.
Find
That's
me
a
a
lie,
Bayverse
but I would send that
something.
back.
Throw that in the box. Ship that.
There's
stuff.
got to, I was gonna say there's got to be something you don't want, and I would send it back for the refund and try to just use that money to buy one from somewhere else.
Oh, he ain't gonna find it for that price.
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's just one little paint app.
You were when you fat thumbed that hound.
That's completely different.
That's right. I broke that one.
One was broken because of poor design, and one just missing a paint app because of a factory error.
Oh,
Or a Chinaman didn't get it done right.
Man, brother Kyle's on to us. He says, "Hey guys, I'm Kyle. Just Googled furry podcasts, and it brought me here. And
Surprised me.
here I am. So
I ain't lying.
Kabar said I'll send you my hammer strike so you can ship that to them.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, I'd send that shit back. At least get some money out of it. That's like
I'm not worried
that's
about
always
it.
such a nervous thing. Like I'm too OCD. Like I wouldn't be able to. Like I would just send the shit back for a refund and just.
I mean, if anything, I'll
Cut
just
my
try to
losses.
find a matching yellow and paint it myself.
You gotta think,
What
man.
happens if you put that on the aftermarket? Because then I'll
I'm
only
not
give
going
you like
to.
20% of the value for it because you'll be tired of it.
It's like those people that return stuff in the wrong boxes to Walmart. I mean, they have no fear, Dalton. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
But you have
Especially if it's
Bumblebee in
Hammer
an
Strike.
Albatron box.
Especially if the hammer strike. Hey guys, so it's an episode review this week. Whilst Dalton still has the floor, it should have been Sparkwar: The Search, which is the second part of the Sparkwar trilogy from season 2 of Beast Machines. Dalton, what kind of notes you got for us?
Well, did anyone else take notes? I'm assuming
No.
not.
Probably not. This is your thing.
This is Dalton's
this is
segment.
your platform.
That's right.
I think so.
That's what I get for not warning everybody.
I
You
believe
didn't
in
watch
you.
it?
What, Mike?
Did you not watch it?
No, of course
I
you watch.
watched it. I was gonna just tell everyone beware because I might not take notes this week.
Oh.
Don't you threaten us
I
like
did
that.
anyways because I knew something like this was gonna happen because you're lazy fuckers.
That's fine. We're okay. We're old. We have an excuse.
Hey,
He's not.
So we've got Megatron's drones patrolling all of Cybertron as if this is like a Soviet Union type of parade. It's just what it reminds me of, is just seeing those parades of the missile trucks and everything.
not China. Soviet
Great power.
Union. Then.
Yeah, China owns.
We're staying away from that.
A 45% stake in Stasis Lock, so we really can't.
Right, we got to
talk
stay away
bad
from that.
about 'em.
Okay, gotcha.
We finally get a yes out of Megatron in this series. I don't think we've got much of one like Beast Wars before.
Showing his old self. Yeah.
I was a little bit weirded out that we got lips on Strika's tank mode.
Ooh.
Like whenever
Lips.
she was like talking to herself about Rat Trap running, and like these weird lips came out of the front of her truck. Like it was fine and all when it was just the bumper moving, but then you had lips in the middle. It just no.
Yeah, it was definitely weird.
Don't creep
and
out
then,
that way.
That was an odd choice for them because, like, well, or was it Jetstorm? Like his face just folded a whole bunch.
Yeah,
in
more.
jet mode. Yeah.
And we got Thrust mispronouncing Iacon to Iocon.
He's just putting that cool kind of swing to it. Iocon.
He's from Louisiana.
Cool fella.
We get our classic Cheetor scream back again, running away in terror.
That's pretty ultra gear.
Oh god.
And then we get that last minute, I planned for this to happen, so I did the thing that he did to me while he was doing it to me.
That's kinky.
Well, the whole, it's just too convenient that, I downloaded information while he was downloading information.
You're just making it more kinky.
It's just overly convenient kind of plot. I don't know. They could have handled it better.
It's that quarantine hub, man.
And that's all I got.
Fair enough. Was this the one where they found like the big batch of sparks, or was that the last episode, like the big tub?
I think that's the next episode.
Is that the next one? Yeah. I mean, I definitely didn't watch it. Despite like the previous episode with the introduction of Strika and Obsidian, like those are definitely probably my two favorite Viacon generals in the show. And I think like this was definitely like a down point in that, but I do recall the third arc getting better. So I'll probably watch that episode next week. I don't know. I say I don't have time. Half of that's true, but we'll see. So all right, that was it for the.
It's one Warzone match. You can last 20 minutes.
I mean, I can't though.
Oh my gosh, Striker's figure looks like shit.
Yeah, Peter, you gotta get the Takara one. The Takara one is like slightly better.
Not much better though.
Her hands are like way behind.
She got the long fingers.
She got long fingers. Very long fingers. So, all right, Mike, because I like where Mike's head's at in the game.
All right. Okay. Hey, tickle, tickle.
I don't like where your head's at in the game now. It's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable head in the game.
I'm gonna remember that Robocon. Like tickle, 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 tickle.
Speaking of having your head in the game, you should follow us all on our social media. StasisLockPodcast on Instagram, Facebook.com/BeastWars. We're hanging on to that one, Hasbro. Twitter.com/StasisLockCast. And you can always email us at StasisLockPodcast@gmail.com. Like Hasbro, if you want to buy back the Facebook Beast Wars URL, just let us know. We'll wheel and deal. And you can also join our group, the Beast Wars Society, on Facebook. It's a buy, sell, trade, and discussion group. Answer the questions. I think before I came on, we had 2 that had not answered the questions. So answer the damn questions. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube if you're listening to this on the audio format. It'd help us out, even if you don't catch us on YouTube. Still be great. I mean, it's a visual medium, so yeah. What are you going to do? All right, get into the news. As every week, the Ultra Gear Stasis Lock Photo Op. Bring your masterpiece cheat order to Pete's Robocon, June 5th through 6th, 2020, in Louisville, Kentucky, for an epic galloping gyroscopic gathering of the most open cheat orders in one locations. It's going to be pretty fun, and so far, Pete's Robocon is still happening. So we're going to plan on this still happening. So yay. All right, get into the news. I'm going to start with the stuff I'm just not at all excited about, and that's this Iron Factory stuff. Tyler sent me these, and I was like, I was very close to being like, dude, do we have to? Like, are we really going to talk about this? Do we got to add these? I'm just not feeling these. Hopefully one of you guys like these enough to say something good about them, but it really just ain't for me.
I mean, they look good, but
It looks like a big pile of shit.
Yeah.
There we go.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, that beast mode, that's horrible looking. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, that beast mode leaves a lot to be desired. And it looks like, yeah, and maybe I think it does have the jet mode and the armored car mode, and that's well and fine, but like the robot mode isn't awful, but it's hard to, I guess, mess that up. But yeah, that beast mode is just, oof.
The head would make a great butt plug.
Well, we like where your head's at.
Mike, sounds like you and Peter got some talking to do. Yeah. So, I like the face sculpt on this. Like you can see, and these are legend scales, so you know the head's going to be rather small, but you know it's got the grit and teeth, so that's neato. Ugh. God,
that mode is just hideous.
Yeah, Brett, how much do you like this beast mode?
Ugh. That face looks horrible. I mean, absolutely. Like, did they get a third grader to do that? I mean,
so I don't know if this is just all mistransformed because I feel like
maybe you can't even mess. I mean, you can't untransform that face. That face is horrible.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like just from a silhouette aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, all of this just looks not proportionate. Like, and it is. It's like I think the head sculpt is fine. It's just it does not match the body. Like,
that's
I think
fine?
Is the issue. I think the head sculpt is. I mean, it's look like from this angle, it's not awful.
I think they let the interns make it.
It's awful. Yeah, they like, dude, what's crazy, man, this is Iron Factory, and they usually put so much love into their releases, and I feel like they're just dropping the ball in these Beast Wars releases.
It kind of looks like Goldar.
It actually does. It's in the chest doesn't look right. The hands look awful.
Well, I think the hands look awful on the Optimal Optimus design anyways, but...
Yeah, but remember, third party, you're trying to... You know, you want to up the game a little bit, at least. But, I mean, just there's no part of this. See, the wings look awful. I mean, all of it does.
Another Optimal Optimus design that I do not like, Power of the Primes. So would you, and like chances are this is probably going to cost about as much as the Power of the Primes Optimal Optimus. Which one do you prefer?
You don't even have to ask.
Hasbro, because
I don't care for either.
Scale.
I know, gun to your head, had to choose one. What would it be? Iron Factory or Hasbro?
Hasbro, without a doubt.
All right, Mike?
Hasbro.
Brett?
I'd have to go with Hasbro. I'm not losing as much money.
Yeah. Peter?
Which is all you're doing is throwing it away.
Yeah.
Peter, what about you? You'd be shooting me in the head. I wouldn't pick either.
I'd be fine with that one too. So there you go.
It's like that little kid in the vine with the spray bottle pointed at him. Shoot me.
Yeah. It's now to say that I will say this. I do really like the Throne of the Primes deco, and I don't. But the thing is, I don't know if they put that Throne of the Primes deco on this figure. I don't think it would cause me to like this anymore, like it does the Power of the Primes Optimal Optimus. Like it's a very acceptable figure with that
Dude,
Throne of the Primes
if
season 1.
If you're trying to sell yourself on it, it's not worth it at all.
What's the one that they did before, the third party that was more of a masterpiece style?
Perfect Effect.
Oh,
that one.
Style. It wasn't MP style. It was just
no.
It's not, but it's closer than either of these two. And it's the one I picked up, and I'm okay with that. It's not as big as it needs to be, but I'm actually okay with that one.
I was actually I'm gonna completely disagree with you. Like in terms of like accuracy, I think the Power of the Primes one is closer. The Perfect Effect is very stylish. I mean, neither of them are masterpiece, right? They're not scale or aesthetically masterpiece, but I don't know. Like, I know that Guerrera is a nicer piece. It's a better presented thing, but I couldn't see myself picking Guerrera over the $50 Power of the Primes.
What's that knockoff of a knockoff company? Why?
Transart?
No, why?
Knockoff of a knockoff.
Right.
Wei Zhang.
Yeah, let's just get them to take this one and upscale it, and it would be fine. It'd be masterpiece.
No, that would be Mech Fans Toys that upscales this.
No, not this.
I don't think anybody upscales.
Whatever it's called.
Are you talking about Guerrera? No, yeah. I would be 100% against that. Like, I gotta have that cartoon tickles, man. Gotta have that cartoon tickles.
I like it.
I think the biggest problem here is they're trying to turn this character into a legend-sized format, and it's just not working at all.
Well, at least it's not the titanium one. That's by far the worst one they ever did.
That's probably better than this, though.
I don't know.
So this is smaller than the original?
What?
Oh, yeah.
This one?
Tiny.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the titanium was small too, but it was just that whole series was flaming garbage. So,
dude, the titanium was hot garbage. Dalton, did I send you the titanium one?
No, you sent me the Deluxe Beast Machines Primal.
Yeah.
I think I couldn't remember. Like, I know I had that titanium out, and I think I sent it to somebody. Like, I think I can't remember who.
You probably just threw it in the
garbage.
You just threw it in the garbage and saved everyone the trouble.
I have sent it to Rodri. I really don't know. I know, like, I was not gonna be able to sell anything when I literally wouldn't be able to give them away, so I gave them away unknowingly. So
you better give him something else to make up for the fact that you gave him that. So that thing is horrible.
Who is Upside Down Kabar?
That's Rodri.
Oh, he's in the chat.
He's a Kabar from down under.
Look at my deep.
Anyways, moving on to the next piece of iron.
Oh, I think he's trying to get into the show.
So
he's backstage.
Oh yeah, he is backstage.
Okay.
How do you all see that? I guess it's just me.
I went to chat and saw a private chat.
Because I'm screen sharing. Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't see it.
What's
the
up,
problem
dude?
with it is it's not in scale with Transform Element.
I just don't understand this at all.
Is this the samurai one?
Yeah, they're trying to make him look like.
Is that? I mean,
Kabuki,
okay. I didn't know if
helmet.
I dropped anyone or what. All right, so this way. And again, dude, I'm just not feeling this, man. I want to be excited for more companies tackling Beast Wars and doing their takes on things, but man,
this is just too stylized.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about this Matrix thing up here being this sort of charcoal gray. when I think it maybe would have benefited more from it being gold, like the rest of the main. And this is a prototype, and that could
Or even
change.
silver.
But yeah, well, yeah, maybe. There's the beast mode. Gun to your head. This or the masterpiece. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right?
I think it's pretty much unanimous.
So, I don't know, man. Maybe and like that masterpiece has its flaws with the paint finish for sure. I can't pretend and act like it doesn't either.
I mean, paint flaws over crap.
Yeah, shelf presence will always win out for me. But look at that head sculpt. Like this is so weird. I want to have nice things to say about this. I just don't. I'm just not excited for this at all.
It looks like a shisha statue.
Yeah. And here's the Optimal Optimus with the Dragon Megatron.
Dragon Megatron looks cool.
Really
Looks good.
I think and I don't know. I think Tyler maybe was in on the Dragon Megatron too. It reminds me too much of that double cross. It reminds me too much of that double cross and the Perfect Effect one, kind of like. Yeah, just kind of like an amalgamation of the Fans Hobby and the Perfect Effect one, and I don't care for it.
1/10 of the
painted
size.
it blue, if they painted it blue, it would be the perfect crowd tech for me. I don't think crowd tech should be as big as Megatron.
I'm sure they will. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they did a crowd tech. Like, I'm sure we'll get Primal Prime and Throne of the Primes, out of this Optimal, but eesh,
Megatron is the best of the three, but
Who's this made by?
Iron Factory.
Iron Factory.
Oh, okay.
Nope. I changed my
Roldry,
mind.
you ain't on the Iron Factory?
No.
You're like, no.
Is it because they're third party, or is it because they're small?
It's more the stylized thing. I'm after a specific thing, so that just doesn't fit the aesthetic I'm after.
I got you. I can agree with that. I like stylized, but also like a hint of faithfulness to it. Like, that's why I think I liked the classics and the Generations line so much, is because that while they were stylized, they were still like within a certain percentage of faithfulness to whatever it was. Like Rhinox, like the Generations Rhinox and Waspinator. Like, those weren't show accurate by any stretch, but they were like just enough to really be what I needed them to be.
Yeah, modern enough to fit with your current figures, I guess.
Well,
Or, just a
that,
modern take.
do you remember that time when Lyra Convoy was a samurai, though? Like,
Oh, yes, of course I remember Samurai Lao Convoy. Very
That's
fondly.
the
Very
perfect
fondly.
one, isn't it?
It's one of them. There's so many of these companies. Going back to Smoles, this is the Transform Element Rat Trap, which I think a lot of folks are pretty excited about, and rightfully so,
Yeah.
for this to be so tiny and have all these details. They even painted his little toenails, man.
that's cool.
Getting all the
Look
work
how
out
edgy he
of
is
it.
with his black fingernails and toenails.
I wish they would have done something, and I know I'm really asking for the moon and the stars here, to where they maybe could have like done it to where he had like the red eyes on the robot mode chest, but still been able to keep the black here for beast mode. I know that would have broken up the sculpt a little too much and probably wouldn't have been doable to put some kind of a mechanism in there to like switch them around or whatever. But that's really my only kind of want out of this. But other than that, like I think this is aces. I think this really works in my opinion.
Yeah, and I
For
think
this,
it could have worked
for such
if
a
they
small scale.
did it like Megatron. Just put it on a ball joint inside the eye.
Oh, dude, that would have been so small. That'd have been so small.
Did they fix his gun?
Did you get a little stylist?
Probably. I don't think the guns can combine. I think they're just two individual weapons.
No, I thought they could. I thought I saw
a video where. Well, I saw a video where they weren't fitting into his hands properly. So, but this picture, it looks like they're in there pretty good.
This might have been an early sample.
May have been an early sample or something like that. But if they can combine, that's cool because I think that it should be that longer blaster. You know.
I don't know where I saw it. I could have sworn that the one in his left hand goes on the front of the right one. Thought it plugged in.
That would be perfect then. I think that would make them accurate too.
This is an easy buy. Easy buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at them ankle rockers. It's insane.
Look at those ankles, man.
Mike, quit making dinner.
This is Hey, fat boy's got to eat.
Amen.
Mute your mic, then.
I did. I'm just coming back to be a smartass now.
Oh, well, then who's wrong?
And look at him lounging in sexy pose. Moving right along to some more Transform Element news. Looks like they are coming out with an upgrade for the Blackarachnia. Now, I have heard that it will be packaged in with their Scorponok. Don't know how true that is, but I think that is currently the word on the street. And as you can see, it's spider legs. It'll be like upper arms as well because these form her upper arms. But they will be articulate, so you'll be able to they'll be able to hinge and move around as they should, in my opinion. But I don't know, Brett. You kind of had an impromptu topic on this about upgrade kits, like trying to.
What?
So I mean, if you want to kind of expand on that.
Well, this isn't the first time they've done that. Third party has put out a figure and then did an upgrade kit of their own to it, and instead of just offering the kit, they offer it with their next figure. So my question was, do you think they do that to boost the sales of the second figure or to actually decrease the possible cost of the kit itself?
We can go down the panel, but personally, I think they do it to decrease the cost of the upgrade kit because, like, if they're able to ship it with another figure, like that's packaging and freight that they don't have to worry about. You know what I mean? That would have to be inevitably added into a standalone kit.
I'll argue that I think it has to do with the kit also, because I'm trying to remember the Chrome Dome and Hard Head. What was it called? Cupolo or what? That company. It was just simply a different head that they put in one. It was just a face mask, which would have been easy to ship out. And yet they put it with their next figure so that you would have to buy it. See what I'm saying?
Well,
oh, yeah.
TFC did the same thing with their Hercules. Like the long haul had, was it long haul or someone else that had the bucket for scavengers?
With a combiner, dude, it's way different because like no one's just gonna get like one single, like very few people are gonna be like,
I mean,
oh, I really want long haul or I only want scrapper. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna buy all the combiner.
But I also noticed that generally they do it in the same, which is smart. I mean, this is two different Beast Wars characters. The one I was talking about were two different Headmaster characters. You know, they wouldn't go across two different genres with a kit. I haven't seen that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think that would be you're really stretching it that way. So I do kind of see they kind of expect you to buy it, and here's your bonus. It's to fix the figure that we had before and make it better. So and I do. I'm going to waffle back and forth between these two because I kind of see both sides of it. I see it that it does decrease the price. I also see it's an incentive to buy the next figure.
Well, the legs are quite small as well, so they would be very fragile on their own, wouldn't they?
Well, I mean, they would probably put them in like a plastic blister or something like that to protect them for shipping. I mean, it's no different than if they pack it in with Scorponok, right?
Right. Exactly.
It's just they can, because like I don't know how many of you have gotten this Blackarachnia in, but there's a lot of open space in that blister where they could have put more stuff, and I feel like it'll be the same for Rat Trap and for Scorponok too. Where it's like, okay, we can fit this in here, and instead of like the upgrade kit, $20 to ship on its own with a package and a blister insert and so on and so forth, you're probably looking at adding only like $5 to $10 onto the price of Scorponok, or what Scorponok would be by himself.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
No, we don't, but we can suspect. We can definitely suspect, because I know that
a fair assumption.
having to like make a special mold just for a blister insert, where you're already going to be using that budget on a future figure.
And who's to say that? They take these legs, they fold them up, put them in a baggie, and stuff them underneath with the instructions for Scorponok, and there's no remolding at all. It's just an extra weight, and we're talking very minuscule. So,
yeah,
well,
but again, you're still looking at the packaging aspect of it. Is what I was saying. Like just the packaging aspect that would have to go into budgeting an upgrade kit all on its own.
Nah, I don't know about that, because I mean, like I said, with like I said, the two headmasters, that one little face, they just threw it in there, and I guarantee that's what this is. Also, this is going to be one of those things that I would surmise that they already had Scorponok towards its final phases, including packaging, and then they decided, okay, let's just put this in there and sell it with it. I would
disagree on that, because the only thing we've seen for Scorponok is the 3D printed pieces, which like these are as well, and 3D renders of the head. I think Scorponok's still early enough for them to.
I think you're putting
close to that.
I would not put the packaging into this equation. I don't think this is enough to change the packaging at all. I don't think so.
Well, it's not going to change its packaging on Scorponok, but if it's released on its own, it's going to have its own packaging.
Correct.
That's what he's been trying to say.
I thought you were talking about the packaging for Scorponok would change.
No, just no, because they would be able to mold the packaging inserts around these new pieces.
Correct. Okay.
Instead of creating a completely new one, like basically instead of doubling their budget for packaging, it's all consolidated into single budgeted for the packaging.
So you're 100% saying that it's to decrease the cost.
That's my opinion. Yeah, I think it's 100% to decrease the cost and not so much to push the next product. Because I think that people that have this already are fine with how the upper arms and the spider legs are.
Right.
And this could act as an incentive. And I see where on the other side, people may be like, wow, why am I paying an extra $5 or $10 if I don't even want this? You know what I mean?
Is anyone else bugged by the fact that one shoulder's not right with the other? That's bugging the crap out of me.
Oh, yeah, the little piece there.
The little spinny thing. Yeah, it's bugging me. So anyway, sorry.
Peter, what about you, man?
I just wanted Pterosaur. I wish they would have saved the
Hey, I'm finally getting my Scorponok, so Pterosaur can be next. I'm good with that.
Yeah. I don't care about bug legs.
What about you, Mike?
Actually, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm still trying to understand the reason. I mean, I didn't get in on the first one while they're redoing the legs.
I've got it sitting right over here. The big reason is because it's so static, and this would just be to make it more posable. It really is. The mold that they used wasn't even straight out; it was kind of curled.
So they weren't even articulated?
No, they wouldn't move at all.
Static, just
very static.
Solid piece.
But I mean, I'm looking at it, and they literally, I don't know how to say it. They look like fingers just going straight down. It's just.
Oh, you mean
here's the comparison, Mike.
Tickle? Okay.
Yes,
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not different. Tickle. Yeah, it's a nice difference.
There's a lot more tickle on that the new one.
But I guess the real problem, what Brett had mentioned earlier about them sending this with Scorponoks, if that is actually true, is what if you're not getting Scorponoks?
Scorponok.
Whatever.
No S.
Don't
I think
correct me,
that-
damn it.
That
Fucking
bugs the
I
crap
think
out of
that,
me.
well, get over it, damn
I think that
That's
anyone
even
who got
G1, you'd be
Blackarachnia
wrong.
is going to get Scorponok, or like in some cases, like if there's like someone who only likes Scorponok, they could probably hawk off the spare pieces to someone who
Right.
doesn't want the Scorponok.
Well, and
like,
that's the other thing, and all those other ones that I mentioned before, when they had the add-on kits, you could find them on secondary market selling by themselves. So
I did
that's
that with
gonna
the
happen.
MMC Ravage. Like I sold all the Tyrantron upgrade kits, pieces that came with it, and I recouped what I thought. I thought it was a $60 figure, and the figure itself cost $80 with the add-on kits, and I sold the add-on pieces for $20. So
Well, then they could end up shipping these with a potential re-release. Just pack them in there too.
oh man, I think that would be worse. If I'm being
No,
honest.
I would say if they were going to do something like this, I don't know. I don't think they've done it yet, but maybe a recolor. Maybe
Power
make
Surge colors.
who knows? I mean, that's just it. I mean, they could come up with something. I'm sure.
They could. I mean, they could still always do RC colors on this. Like, I think that there are some untapped potential.
Oh my God!
repaint.
I mean, Horicon colors. Come on.
Yep. I think there's plenty of things they could repaint this thing into that would.
They could.
Put.
Do I think they'll do it? Probably not.
They could
What
also
colors?
re-release the figure and give it the proper colored chest.
Why are you always
Yeah.
worried about the boobies, Rodri? Always worried about the boobies.
Hey, what can I say?
Blackarachnia has a personality. Okay. Personality first.
I mean, he is the rod bod Dakota.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think them packaging this in with Scorponok is a smart move. I don't see why someone who again would already be in on these wouldn't get another show character. Now, if they packaged them in with something like, I don't know, Buzzsaw or like Razorbeast, something that wasn't
Right.
a show character, then okay, I think they would be trying to do it to push the sale of the lesser known character. But with it allegedly coming with a show character, I think it's just them like realizing that they could improve upon something, and so they're doing it. And if it costs an extra $10 on top of what the Scorponok would normally have that we would never know anyways, I guess, I think that's fine too. Maybe they figured like Scorponok had not as many moving pieces and they could like work this into the price point. That's also a possibility.
Also, is this not their first Beast Wars character?
The Blackarachnia is, and then the
Okay.
Rat Trap close behind. being
Right, but
second.
the Blackarachnia. So maybe they felt that they didn't want to gamble on putting too much into it, and then in retrospect said, "Hey, we need to bump it up a little." And I for one think that this is actually a good upgrade kit. It's warranted. Some of the other ones I've seen, who cares? I don't even. Sometimes you don't use them. This one, I think everyone who got it would put it on her to make her a better figure.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
put it on it.
Yeah.
without a doubt. So, and honestly, I wonder if some people maybe were breaking these spider legs off because they're very thin, they're very small, and they're made of a hard plastic. They're not very pliable.
No, not at all.
So I wonder if maybe there were some reports that maybe we just didn't see, because it's funny, you're going to see all the reports about Hasbro Takara stuff breaking, but you'll never see the third party stuff break. That's entirely a possibility. I know whenever I had Tyler's and I was kind of messing around with it, transforming it and stuff, I was very conscious of the spider legs on it. So
I don't know what it is, but I actually love that. I just love this figure. I just think it's and to make it even better. I'm all for it.
yeah. Moving on, we got some more Skateboard Gorilla from Transart Toys. Robert D was all up in the Stasis Lock comments saying that this is not a gentleman's toy. I think he's under the assumption that this is a knockoff, and I really don't think this is. For it to be MP scale and have the additional engineering, I'm still 100% on board with this, but it looks like we're going to be getting a stand with him, which I think is proper, all things considered. He is a surfing skateboard gorilla. So this is, I'm good with this. It'll probably still stay in the box just because I'll keep him in robot mode. But the more I see of this, the more I'm just excited to like get some progress on season 2 and season 3 Masterpiece Beast Wars scale stuff. And I still dig that. I mean, I don't have any issue with the head sculpt here. in beast mode either. This is a little silly, but what can you do?
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I'm okay. Did they give a price point yet on this?
no, I don't think it's up for pre-order yet or anything. So far, only thing we have are digital renders, and we're about to look at some full color shots.
Well, the big thing I would have about this is if, depending on the price, I don't know if I even care about the stand enough that I would want to pay extra. Not that I wouldn't buy it with it, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, if it was $10-15 cheaper, I would do without the stand.
Well, that
It's
was like
factored in the
people
price.
talking about like Masterpiece Dinobot and his stand, and
Exactly.
I don't know,
Mine
man.
sits in the box too.
I mean, granted, I took the 3 that I opened and I put the stands together because what's that company? I think it was Shockwave Lab came out with a weapons rack add-on that you could put the little poles into the holes on the base pieces, and you could make the weapons rack like from Coming of the Fusors Part 1. So I really like that aspect of it, and if there's any kind of other displayability there, that's great too. But like I use Blackarachnia stand for the one that I display in spider mode because it comes with the web accessory, and I think that's awesome. So I'm not against that, especially for anyone who's going to want to display him on the surfboard or even just not standing static on a shelf. For anyone who's going to want to do a Masterpiece Beast Wars like diorama display like me, I think I could use that stand more so in that scenario.
About the only way that I would use a stand like that would be as if I ran out of space and I wanted to lift him up above, and it would be more for space purposes than it would be display.
Right. And like to me, like that's perfect, especially if you're displaying in a DTOF with static shelves that you can't move.
Right.
Yeah. So real quick here, we have the color images, and now I'm hoping that they do metallic paint and not vac metal. So I kind of want to get a feel for everyone else here. Like I think some of us kind of answered it last week, but Brett, I kind of want to know what your stance is on this. The JX Megatron had a very nice metallic finish, instead of like vac chrome, and right now these are all digital renderings. This isn't proof of chrome or metallic paint or what or not. But what do you guys kind of prefer on this?
Well,
Yeah.
one of the things I was thinking was, would I want it to be more like the original and have back chrome? Yes. But I also distinctively remember getting a transmetal rat trap sealed in the bubble that looked like a snow globe. So I would not want to buy something like this, put this money into it, only to see it disintegrate. So
Yeah,
I would be against the back metal only because unless they came up with some breakthrough that it doesn't do that.
Which, like, I don't think they have, but like we'll know in another 5 or 10 years with the 10th anniversary rat trap and stuff like that. But I would prefer it to be metallic paint to match the JX Megatron personally.
Now, do you say that because of its frailty in?
Well,
I think
I think the metallic paint job just looks better and more like the show than what vac chrome would look like.
Fair enough.
And that's why just closer to show accuracy.
Well, and you have less of problems that the vac chrome does. So I get that
right.
too.
Now there's paint, there's scratches that can be involved with paint and things like that, and JX Megatron had some of those issues. But I would much prefer that over the inevitable flakiness,
I just don't think you're going to see the Megatron sitting in the box flaking like you did with the old 96, 97 toys. So
right, because it's all just a very high quality metallic paint job. That's what I'm hoping for on this. Dalton, you were trying to say something?
I was going to say, like, I 100% agree. Like, having the JX Megatron, I would much rather have the metallic paint because it looks more show accurate. You don't have any of that risk of it, just flaking off. I mean, Megatron's kind of with the fingers, at least on mine. but nowhere near like you're gonna have with vac metal.
Yeah.
Like I've
Peter, what about
had
you, man?
my own share of vac metal flaking. I mean, even the 30th anniversary Jetfire.
Dalton, are you on the moon?
No, I'm using a bad Bluetooth headset.
Are you on the moon? Peter, what about you, man? Chrome or metallic?
I would definitely prefer the paint. I don't trust the chrome, the vacuum chrome anymore.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Weren't
I'll
some of
get
the
'em.
Masterpiece hot rods having an issue with like some chrome flaking too? And that's a fairly recent release as well.
I think
It
you're
was more
correct.
fading.
I thought they had something wrong with the joints or something from the rubbing that would cause it to flake.
Not the MP09, the MP28, the hot rod, not Rodimus, but hot rod.
I can
Okay,
look.
good
He's
thought.
sitting up there.
I mean, I was
He's
messing with mine to do the goof last week for the Masterpiece hot rods. I was messing with mine, and I was like, oh shit, like what if this thing, started? What if the chrome starts coming off of it? I'd
If
be
you're
so
saying
mad.
that, then I don't want to touch it. Just leave it over there.
Yeah, that's
I don't
probably for
wanna
the
risk
best. Rodri, what about you, man? Chrome or metallic paint?
I would prefer the metallic paint. I've gone through my Beast Wars stuff recently in the box, and things that hadn't chipped before are starting to chip now.
You're seeing some problems, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said,
God,
man,
it's
I've
so
seen that on sealed pieces. That's insane.
I heard a story. Harold actually told me this from Now and Then. He knows a guy with a green Ramulus that is flaking in box, and I was like, no,
back.
Tell me it isn't so. Do what?
Would you still be able to get your money off of that though?
I said no. I said no backsies.
Oh. Dude, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Even as he told me that, I said, dude, if you put me in contact with that guy, I'll still give him over $1,000 for it. Like, and this was. I think he told me about this back in 2014 or 2015, maybe.
Let me say one little thing. I know it's G1 related. I'm sorry, but it has to do with what you're talking about. And it's with the gold plastic syndrome. And one of the things I had a really, really beautiful Black Zarak. And for those of you that don't know, there's a lot of gold plastic all around it.
Oh, yeah.
I had a figure which was called, I think it's called Electron?
Yeah.
The G2 little car, the little pickup truck.
Yeah, the hot rods.
It was sitting on my shelf in the styrofoam and broke. Just because it's got a rubber band holding it, the stress of it actually broke a leg. It just snapped, and I went, I'm done. I'm not going to do anything gold plastic. So I sold it. And I'm like, I did that not because I didn't enjoy the piece, but because I knew eventually it was going to do that. So when you ask me about a toy that 10, 20, 30 years from now could flake, or I get something that maybe is not as good but will last longer, I'll go with that.
Man, just imagine all those inbox Randys that could just explode at any time with the.
Oh my God! Yeah. Those are ticking time bombs. Absolutely.
I've got two, dude. The one that I have open is like really good though. Like I really lucked out on that one, and then I got the second one just in case. So
well, and then the funny thing is, it depends on where you get it from, because like the Japanese Transmetal Megatron doesn't have the same problems as the U.S. Transmetal Megatron. And the same thing happened.
There was only Japanese Randy. Like they didn't do a Sonokong Randy.
No. But you see what I'm saying? It also had to do with that. Like way back in the 90s with Kill Bison, which was a Leo Kaiser piece.
Oof, yeah.
If you got it in China, perfect. Which is really weird right now with what's going on. Sorry, but it did not fall apart. But the Japanese one would shatter. It just had to do with the type of plastic they used at that time.
Yeah. Mike, what about you, man? Metallic paint or chrome?
Metallic paint, because I like Brett. You don't want to pay that kind of money just to have that
Exactly.
shit flake right off.
Yeah.
Now,
exactly.
Yeah. Now, look, I will say all that. Like me being 100% in on metallic paint for this, if they did Ape Link, I would want chrome. I would want chrome, hands down, no question. Does anybody else feel that way, or would you rather metallic silver?
I'm with you because it's just accurate to the original toy. Like, because he never had a cartoon appearance.
Well, there were renders that Mainframe made of him for BotCon, so I mean there is that.
Right.
I don't mess with Maximals, so
just to call back to the original toy of the figure, I 100% agree with having chrome on that. It just pop a lot more too.
Yeah, Brett, what about you, man? Would you go metallic silver on Ape Link, or chrome it out?
Man, I'd go the safe route. I'd go the safe route. I still would.
You would still do metallic paint?
I would, just because I keep thinking about all the times that it wouldn't matter if it was 10, 20 years from now when I went, man, I got to get rid of it, because not because I don't want it, but because I'm afraid it's going to just fall apart.
You know, but traditionally the silver chrome holds up, you know, a lot better than your gold or your blue or red or anything like that, or even orange. Like, just to speak to Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Scourge.
And on a side note, it's funny that we say that, because let's face it, all the toys are going to disintegrate at some point. They're not going to last forever. They're not made to last forever.
Yeah, they're finite for sure.
But if we can make it last a little longer, why not?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be that roadblock.
I can see
you
that.
know, it's got to be chrome.
I can see that, because it's that important to you. But still, I'm like, the big difference is I've gone through it 3 times now in 3 different areas with the degradation of stuff, and it just I don't want to do it again.
And just speaking of Ape Link, like I think the only thing that TransArt has had a history of repainting has been their Deluxe Primal in the Burning Deco, and their Optimal Optimus that they released. They did a Primal Prime. So I'm really hoping that they kind of follow suit and do the Ape Link. But I'd also, like, man, I would want to even see like the purple. Like, I wouldn't buy it, but I'd want to see it. You know, so I don't know how
the purple primal,
much weight. Yeah, I don't know how much weight this opinion holds, but the pink purple.
I would love it.
Primal.
I would love it.
I think that would be cool as shit. But like, I just don't know. Like, even if it was just some pieces, like, you know, that could replace the blue pieces.
The
like,
problem
they just did it that way. I think
the problem is that even though you would think that the majority of the collecting world knows about that, they don't.
Right.
About the variations in the the coloring. And then the other thing is, and the reason I say that is because I've seen so many times people try and sell something as one, and obviously it's not. You know, I got that purple one. That's the blue one. You know, there's the pink, blue, and purple are so different. You would know it if you saw it.
Yeah. Oh, especially if it was, you know, which, I mean, there's some people that will like do it in like a shady kind of lighting to where it's hard to tell. And it's like, oh, you know, like you just like, it's one of those deals, like you have to pick them up in person. You have to do the wheeling and dealing for these in person, unless it's the pink one. The pink one's the only one that's just like, okay, that's without a doubt the pink one.
Well, you say that for this mold, yes. But how about Cryotech?
For the Transmetal Megatron differences? No.
How about Cryotech?
Okay, that's fair.
The pink version, which I have, it's really with the naked eye you could see it. I can tell you if I photographed it, you know my photography sucks, but beside the point, you couldn't tell. It would be it's very minute, but it's there. You can see it.
When I was a kid, I got a bulk lot of Beast Wars figures, and there was a bunch of broken Transmetal Megatrons in there, and I had all the T-Rex heads, and I put them all side by side. One of them was pink, one of them was blue, and the other one was purple. I had all three variants and just pieces.
God, that's so depressing knowing that a blue one is broken. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
But you put them next to each other, you can obviously tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So,
real quick, as far as like beast mode heads are concerned, here are, I tried to blow this image up. It's gonna be a little blurry, but we'll make deal with it. But the 3 different beast mode heads that come with this release, I like all 3 of them. Like, especially seeing them all done up like this.
So is the middle one? Is that supposed to be him raising his eyebrow?
The
middle one is him kind of like smirking. It's like a smirk face. So the one on the left is just kind of like your standard. I wouldn't call it a smiling face, just more of like an at-rest face.
Pose.
Yeah, and then the one in the middle is the smirk, and then the one on the right is the kind of snarling toy face.
The only reason I say that is because the eyebrows look raised in the middle one. You know, like he's doing a...
Yeah, it is. It is.
I like that.
The Rock.
I like it. I don't know why I just like that one. So
He's a smirker.
The guy, the one in the middle is my favorite.
Mike, can you smell what he's cooking?
Mm-hmm.
It's Cajun, right?
Dude, I like the toy head, man.
It's got to be something with bananas.
I think I would if I were going to display, it would be either the left or the middle. But if they do Ape Link, it's going to be the one on the right all day long for Ape Link for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to go middle one for Primal.
Oh, it sets him off. Everyone's got the static pose, and this would be just a little different.
Yeah, I love the options.
Not to mention, it's more of his character.
Robot mode with the stand, and I like how the stand matches color with the Dinobot stand and the Blackarachnia stand. So if you wanted them all kind of on the same whatever, but it looks like you get different length extensions here, different just pieces in general, which is cool. Obviously, the 2 blast effects and the maces and all that. So the robot deco. I hope that this is just bad photoshopping, and the orange on here kind of covers this top section a little bit further.
I agree, but I
could be misremembering.
No, I was going to say, except for the face, because the original toy had more of the face to the right. That looks really, really close to the original.
Right. So again, I'm hoping the fade here on the chest may be something that they kind of tweak. Again, I could be misremembering it. Yeah, and that's entirely possible.
Well, remember, his torso is bigger on this one too.
Also,
longer.
We get some knowledge here. It looks like his release date is going to be June 2nd of this year. So I don't know where we were all kind of taking bets last week.
We were towards the end of the year where we're at.
Yeah, I think we kind of settled on 6 months. So the fact that it's coming out,
but pre-orders are not up on this yet, right?
No, not yet. Usually, and like for the Strange Friend, I think the pre-orders went up like a month prior, if that, maybe a few.
Okay,
weeks.
So should be soon. It's got about a month.
Yeah, we see here
if this is correct,
right?
MP. I'm guessing that's MP scale. 561. So somebody have their phone handy? Perhaps
Google.
a Google.
Yeah, what is it?
560 CNY to USD.
$561 CC.
So $80. It's going to be $79.25 currently.
There's no way.
So, yeah, there absolutely is a way. Their Transmutate wasn't that expensive.
It was like $50 or $60,
that's true.
wasn't it?
I don't know. I haven't gotten mine yet. So
the Transmutate was like 60. Hopefully, mine will be here tomorrow.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for Brian to say something. So.
Pretty damn good.
So that's going to be $80 prior to shipping. You're probably going to be looking at $100 if you're getting it from a U.S. seller, or even
primal price.
$90 to $100, even if you're going to ship it out of China. So
I mean, look at all the other masterpieces, how much they cost. This is perfect. This is good.
Yeah.
And it looks like the height is probably this 21.5 centimeters, maybe. But see, then I see this 590 over here. I don't know what this little symbol is.
You said
so I don't know if they're doing. I don't know. The height is going to be 21.5. You know what? Maybe see. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe pre-orders go up on June 2nd, and it releases on 9 of 2020. That may be what that is.
So early release, you get it cheaper. Afterwards, manufacturing price is $590.
Possibly.
It's 8.5 inches tall, so that is MP scale.
Yeah, that would make sense to me. They give you about $30 off or 30, whatever, if you pre-order it in advance on that date.
Possibly. Let's see. $590 is it's like $4 more.
Cool.
Yeah, so doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter.
All of these prices are in USD. But so maybe pre-orders go up June 2nd and then it releases in September. So that definitely puts us more on track, I think.
Yeah.
For September release. I could totally see September release being the thing. But yeah. So the head sculpts, I like the one to the left. I like the one to the right. I think the one in the middle is a little too dirty.
The one in the middle looks horrible.
The one in the middle is definitely
I just farted.
Not cat.
I mean, it's horrible.
It looks
the middle
like,
one is
like a
as after Mike gets hold of him with the little tickle.
Well, I was thinking that's Dalton's expression after his Dalton notes. So yeah, not feeling it.
He's just really happy to deliver the Dalton notes.
Yeah, exactly.
It reminds me of like a video game orc, and they've usually got the teeth coming up on either side of the mouth, and it's just got a really derpy smile in the middle.
Looks like a wild orc.
So
all right, so we all know which one's going to be sitting in the tray. That one.
Yeah, the middle one's definitely going to be in the tray. But this is again this is where like the left side I would stick on primal, but the right side, since it's that kind of toyetic face, I would 100% like if they did Ape Link, that would be the face I would use for Ape Link.
I would almost go with the right one just to be more like the original toy.
Yeah.
For
my show tickles, I'm definitely all about the left face on both.
But no matter how you look at it, the one in the middle, no.
Yeah,
That's the one I'm
the
going
one in the middle. I hope and that's the one I think they used on this promo image right here.
It looks like it.
Oh, the kind of Ricardo pose.
Yeah, dude, I like look at the eye, which I mean it could just be like a bad Photoshop, but like he's even like the beast mode where he's got like the raised eyebrow. I think that's what they were trying to go for here, but it just looks like maybe he's missing a chromosome. You know what I mean?
He's probably got an extra one.
That too.
Gosh, harsh.
Don't let it get you down.
Harsh.
Dude, I'm so looking forward to this though, man. Like, you know, there's purpose in life. Yeah. I got Tigatron coming this year. I got Transmetal Primal on the way this year now. Like, dude, let's get it.
Keep them coming.
Already got your Lyle Convoy.
Oh, bro, TM2DB says, sorry, I was late. I was huffing memes.
Yeah, that's the middle face, all right.
Yeah, dude. You know, but like, yeah, like I've already got Lyle Convoy, so and like I picked him up off the shelf the other day. I was just messing with him. It's just that was a surprisingly fun release. Brother Kyle asked, I don't know how long ago this was, had to step away for a moment. What the fuck is a Randy? He's a character from Beast Wars Neo, and he was in one episode.
And he breaks.
Oh, yeah, it's Gold Razor Beast. Gold Plastic Razor Beast. So,
yeah.
Gabar asked, wait, there is a pink Cryotech? Yes,
Yep.
it's the chrome. It's the chrome on the wing. Brett, I don't know if you have yours handily available or not.
Give me about 10 minutes to dig it out, but it's right over here.
10 minutes?
All right. 4.
Wait a minute.
How about 6 with the bathroom break?
just go on the floor. Just use your pants right there.
I got the adult diapers. What are you talking about?
You're so old.
It is toilet paper then.
Give me 2 minutes. I'll get it.
Oh, now it's 2. Okay.
I can just hang on.
Don't rush it; it'll flake.
It's that boomer math.
All right. I went ahead and
Highlighted.
brought him up just so that way we would know for sure.
So what's the meme in his picture?
All right.
Just if you're happy and you know it, Dalton, clap your hands.
That's right.
That wasn't me.
It's your
That's
minute.
Roger.
All right. I don't know if it'll show up. It's very pinky, shiny.
It's showing that purple for us, but yeah, I'll take your word for it.
God dang it.
I regret passing on the one that I saw on Yahoo Japan some months ago. I say some months ago. It's probably like a year or two ago. Just because, if only, not because of the driver in the seat, but the.
I'm blind.
I know. Is that any better?
Just to have it complete. Because mine's missing the vents on the legs. Anyone has the vents on the legs, just kind of like on the junker or something, holler at your boy. I pay money.
Yeah, we can see that it's pink with that light.
Yeah, it goes on the back.
What color should it be? It should be blue.
Yeah, it's more of a darker blue. But the and you can't really see it because it's the worst part. But the top of the head is very, very pink, and then the breastplate. Yeah, but yeah, it's. And I didn't know about it until after I had sold one. He went, "Thanks for giving me that," and I was like, "Oh." So that was Simmons. Mr. Simmons got that from me. But anyway, yeah, it is. There is a pink version. Everything else, the accessories, everything else is all the same. Even the spark crystal and everything's the same.
TM2DB, check and see if yours has the driver. If it doesn't have the driver, chances are it's the blue one and not the pink one.
That's true. I forgot about that.
There's a correlation between the driver and the chest.
Yeah.
And the pink ones.
I don't think you can see it, can you?
Hang on, let me bring it back up.
Oh God. Is that better? Can you see the little arms? He's actually in a seat in his chest.
They actually sculpted the little man's.
Oh, I see him.
Does that help?
Yeah,
if anyone would want to go back on my Facebook page,
there we go.
I took pictures of the Transmetal 2 Dragon Megatron prototype. I took pictures of the Transmetal 2 Dragon Megatron prototype, and they actually had the driver on the hard copy. So.
Yep. I actually totally forgot about the driver until you mentioned that. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty tough. It's actually a pretty daggone tough piece to get.
It really is. Like I said, man, I regret not picking it up. I think I saw it for like $200, and I was like, no, I don't need it.
I will say this much: I know for a fact, anyone that says that that's the Japanese versus U.S., it was in a U.S. packaging that had the driver, so it doesn't matter.
It's hard to, but it's the Japanese. It's the Japanese market one. The Japanese market one still came in a U.S. packaging.
Yeah. Did they come later or early?
They came. I don't know. I can't say factually. I would guess they came later, just because that's usually how it's always been. Is Japan stuff comes out after Hasbro stuff. But
I really wish I could have. I just wish I could have remembered how I had picked those up, because I had two of them in the box. And after he told me, after he bought one, I checked my other one and I kept it. And then this loose one I got later. But so, and I can't remember if I got it early, late, or where. So,
yeah, could have been late.
Yeah, it could have been.
And Kabar said that sucks because all the cryotechs on eBay are right now are in package. Yeah,
I don't know how you would tell.
You would have to ask them. Like, they came packaged in Dragon mode, so you wouldn't be able to see the driver.
No, you can't.
Oh, that sucks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't care if I get the blue or the pink. I just want Cryotech.
Yeah, but the whole idea of having that little driver in there is kind of pretty sweet. I mean,
it really is.
Yeah, they got rid of the whole spark thing. They I don't know if it was an accident or it was a original design that they changed.
It was an original. It was an original design. The hard copy had the little driver in it. Originally, it was going to be like It was supposed to be like the original Spark of like Megatron and
Right.
Optimus would have taken.
Which is why Optimus has a seat.
Yeah, he's got a seat.
Yeah.
And it would have been the same for like Tigerhawk too. There would have been like, I guess his Spark would have taken some kind of humanoid shape.
But I have yet to see one. I've never seen one for him. Or
I've
seen color differences. But
I would love to have found the hard copy for the Tigerhawk, because that I definitely would have kept that one. But
out of curiosity,
it's weird. Like there were Tigerhawk pieces in the Megatron hard copy, in the Transmetal 2 Megatron hard copy. There were like Tigerhawk missiles.
I've got one of the missiles.
Yeah.
Were you trying to say, Roderick?
No, out of curiosity, has anyone tried to put like a Diaclone driver in the Optimal Optimus?
Can you speak into the mic?
He said, has anyone tried putting a Diaclone driver in there? And I have not. But
and like Optimal Optimus?
Yeah, the Optimal Optimus.
But I probably could.
I would like to, and like, I mean, I guess it would be easily done if you had like a pearlescent like marble or something, but just a spark to set into that cockpit. You know what I mean? Like I've seen some people do make some custom pieces that are pretty neat. That's what I would want. I would want the spark. I don't think I would want the driver.
Rodri, do you really want to see that?
Okay.
That's going to take more than 2 minutes. But I do have. I have drivers, and I do have a Optimal Optimus.
Just send a picture to the chat later.
Yeah, send a picture to the chat later.
I didn't know if you wanted it on the show or what. It doesn't matter to me.
Huh. So TM2DB says, all right, mine is very pink, but there's no driver. So I assume he's just a pinky purple one. I know it's not a Takara one.
Yeah, but remember also there were so many different shades of.
Yeah.
It could.
Patches.
I mean, I could see that happening. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it happened with the primals. Who's to say it didn't happen with the Cryotex too? You know.
Yeah. So. It was just the mixture of the day.
Yeah. Or whenever they decided to like halt and change mid-production, like they did with the primals.
Right.
You know, shit, they did. They stopped primals 3 times. You know, like so entirely possible. I need to get off my ass and just get a replacement. Sell my incomplete Cryotech. Get a complete one. It bugs me.
Wasn't Cryotech drawn with like kind of like the pinky purple color on his chrome areas in the comics, the 3/8 comics?
Good question. I don't have those handy right now.
All right.
But maybe. Do you have your books handy, Brett?
What's that? I was just getting this Optimal Optimus.
We're gonna go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I got it quicker than I thought.
I don't know. I don't have my external hard drive plugged in, so
what were you looking for?
I wouldn't know. Well, I may have something. All
right. Let's see here. So there's the. And you said, would a Diaclone driver fit? I'm going to say no.
No.
Yep, they did.
And I would be wrong.
Well, it should.
It's because of the magnets. The magnets are just a little too thick for the can to be completely closed, but he does. I mean, he sits fine. I didn't think he was going to fit.
Yeah, because I had a knockoff of Optimal Optimus as I was growing up. And,
sorry, now we got the dogs. Hang on.
And I always wondered what would fit in the seat. When I discovered that G1 had the Diaclone figures back before G1, I had always wondered, would they fit in that seat?
So did nobody else hear what Rodri said?
I heard it.
I heard it.
Now here's
Okay, I didn't.
here are the knockoff Diaclone drivers. They came with
How
like
dare
the
you.
I can't remember the name of it.
You
But,
didn't deserve this hobby.
well, I wonder if they fit. I bet they don't. No, they still don't fit. Because they still got in molded plastic. They still have what would be the
magnet.
The magnet.
magnet. Yeah. So they
Oh
still
my
won't
God.
fit. So no, it ain't gonna fit.
I'm still looking up this image because I do apparently have images of Cryotech
Here's
or
the funny
of
part.
those comics on my computer.
Rodri, you'd probably be the only one that gets this, but I have a few drivers.
There's a Cryotech Universe picture with him with the purple wings, purplish pink wings.
I do want to
Is it
say
from the comic?
It looks like it's from the comic. I can't tell. It's too small.
so.
Oh yeah, which
Oh,
comic would it even be from?
I think it's the Fun Pub Pro story.
Yeah, the Fun Pub Pro story they did him with the pink purple wings, but in the 3H book he's definitely done. It's a purplish blue, but it's more blue than it is pink. So
Yeah,
different
'cause
artists, etc., etc.
I just remember him having like a pinkish sort of tone in the books, and I wondered what the chrome on the actual figure was.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those deals that varies, honestly. So,
You know which book that was?
all right, well, that's all the fun I could stand for one evening. Peter, where can people find you?
Still can't find me. I'm still a jobless bum.
Still jobless.
Yep.
Damn.
I want one
Brett,
of
you
those.
selling any of those?
Oh yeah, these are all. I don't want these. These are
For real?
extras.
What are they?
I don't know.
I want.
Nope. I'm gonna pull rank.
There ain't no rank. I'm older.
I want to know what covers. I want to know what covers.
That's all that first one's what I want.
Here you go.
Okay, you can have
You can have that one.
I want
Yeah, there you
that
go,
one.
Mike.
I got that one. Let's see that
All right,
first one.
before we get to wheeling and dealing, Dalton, where can people find you?
Find me everywhere Daltonians TFs.
Mike, where can people find you?
Unemployed. Brett, show it to me.
You ain't got no money.
Rodri, where
Shut
can
up.
people find you?
You can find me everywhere at Fan of Cool Stuff or Fan of Cool Stuff 27.
And Brett,
Must Make a Toy Fan on Facebook. Yeah.
you can find me everywhere at Primal Sabbath. But before you go, don't forget to check out some shows on the Cool Table Network, such as Shitpiece, Uncut, Other Realms, Detox, Figga Bangin, 40K, Plastic Fanatics, Breaking the Mold, Rage Radio, Fresh Communications, Building Up to It, Verbally Challenged, Mass Shitpiece Theater, and some honorable mentions. There's a Spoken, Total Package, Blackout Shout, all queued up, Off the Runner, Cybercast, Galactic Gumbo, in around 30 minutes with Matthew, Deluxe Baldwin. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see y'all later.
Can you say that again? I didn't understand you.
Peace.
Brett.
You gotta